members from the downed jet has been rescued. The missing crew member is confirmed rescued, in fact, but not safe yet is what we're learning. The update on the health condition of this rescued crew member is also unknown, but we're learning so far that the rescue team is, they have successfully rescued him from Iran and he has been taken to safety is what we're learning. This is a stunning rescue operation that went on for 36 hours. Remember, just yesterday, Iran shot down 2 warplanes of the United States. One was F-15 jet that was downed in Iran, and the other one was A-10 jet that was down near the Strait of Hormuz. As far as A-10 is concerned, the pilot was recovered, but as far as the F-15 jet is concerned, one of the pilots was rescued, but the other one was still missing. After 36 hours of the rescue operation that went on as far as Iran is concerned, another pilot has also been rescued so far. This is what we are learning. As far as the rescue is concerned, there's no update on the health condition of this particular pilot in question, but this was the most stunning rescue operation that went on for 36 plus hours, and this US pilot has been rescued. In fact, the pilot has been rescued after the heavy firefighting that went on in Iran as well. On that, let me go across to Anand Mittal, geopolitical analyst. Thanks so much, sir, for connecting with us. I want to understand from you, how do you look at this entire situation that unfolded in Iran yesterday? Not just one, but 2 of the warplanes belonging to US, they were shot down by Iran, much to the embarrassment of the military as far as the United States is concerned, because in the last few days, Donald Trump was mentioning that the air naval defense capability of Iran have been completely wiped out. But despite that, this was one of the major attacks by Iran. 2 of the warplanes were shot down, and now the pilot has also been rescued. Your take on this? All right, we'll try and reconnect that line with our guest there, the defense expert. But this was the most stunning rescue operation that went on for 36 hours. And now we're getting a major update on the downed US F-15E Strike Eagle over Iran. Both the crew members, they have now been recovered, rescued. Earlier reports, remember, it said that only 1 pilot had been recovered, but then the search operation went on in Iran. The weapon system officer has now been confirmed recovered is what we are learning. Let me once again go back to Anand Mittal, geopolitical analyst. Sir, I wanted to ask you, how do you look at the situation unfolding in Iran? Because 2 of the warplanes of United States, they were shot down, much to the embarrassment of the military, because Donald Trump was again and again saying that the military capability of Iran has been completely wiped out. These are the statements that were coming from Donald Trump. But despite that, 2 of the warplanes were shot down, and now all the pilots, we're learning, they have been rescued. Your take on this?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It is a fluid situation. A lot of the news has not been officially confirmed, but clearly unofficial sources who have, friends and sort of confidants in the military have revealed that the WISO, the weapon systems officer of the F-15 Eagle, has been rescued. Apparently, it was a very difficult rescue. He went up a very tall mountain and sort of evaded capture. The IRGC militia and other military and sort of paramilitary organizations were looking for him. And the CSAR, the search and rescue of the United States military, is definitely second to none in these situations. If you've ever seen the movies Black Hawk Down or any other sort of military movies, America places very, very high value on recovering its lost pilots, has a lot of experience in doing so in previous wars. But yeah, I think the situation has been much more different and difficult than has been previously made out to be in press statements by the president, by the admin. I think it's very clear that the Iranian military is still a threat to the United States Air Force, to the United States Navy, and to all the forces that are currently at operation in that theater. And it's very obvious that the reports that came out that after the B-2 bomber strike last year and the strike this year, that the Iranian IRGC, the paramilitary, pretty much the people who are in charge of the air defense in Iran, have been given a lot more autonomy. And so killing the top hierarchy, the central command, essentially taking those out, has not really deadened or defend the Iranian weapons, the Iranian sort of air defense systems that are still out there, and it's very obvious that they're using Russian, Chinese, and their own custom technology that they have modified to make sure that that evades. From the footage we've seen of the ballistic missiles landing in Israel, some of them have been intercepted, some of them have not been intercepted. The drone technology that they have, it's very clear that they are still they should still be considered a threat, an active threat. Yeah, perhaps the statements from the admin from the Department of War are probably over enthusiastic at the moment, seeing that we have planes that are going down. But to be quite honest, this is expected. I would say this is what the military is prepared for. This is what they train for. The United States military is definitely, I would say, second to none in these kind of operations. But yeah, I think the statements from the press coming from the admin have not been helpful, because incidents like this were expected, and they should have, the American public and should have been prepared and should have been told that these kind of things will happen, and especially in a prolonged war, prolonged sort of conflict like this, where we're still not sure when it will end. And we're still not sure how defanged the Iranian military still is. But again, credit to the American CSAR efforts, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, second to none in the world in these kind of operations, and the weapon system officer himself, who clearly trained for these kind of situations. American pilots are given a lot of training in these kind of scenarios, and he clearly followed his training and evaded capture. I think nobody in America, at least, wanted to see any kind of humiliating footage of American pilot, being captured or being tortured, or God forbid, anything worse like that. So I think here people are breathing a sigh of relief for sure.
Absolutely, because the search and rescue operation went on for more than 36 hours, and now that particular pilot has been rescued by the United States. Stay on with us. I'll come back to you once again. We have more breaking update coming in as far as the rescued U.S. pilot is concerned. We're learning that the crew member is still in Iran. He has not left the Iranian territory so far. And in fact, but for now, we're learning that he has been rescued. The latest information that we have is that the crew member has not left the Iranian territory. And because of the ongoing hostilities there could still be a danger to that person and other people involved in that rescue effort. So this is an ongoing active rescue effort, but the airman is not basically out of Iranian territory. And we just want to be clear, when I say airman in the U.S. military parlance, that doesn't mean a male. So we do not know the gender of the person. We do not know any update on the health of this particular pilot as well. But the U.S. rescue team still needs to be successfully out of that particular territory for them to come to safety as far as the rescue operation is concerned. On that, let me go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's been tracking all the details. Rishabh, to take us through the rescue operation that went on for 36 hours, because we are learning that the pilot has been rescued. Give us more details about the health condition of this pilot. What is the location, and what is the update at this point in time?
Well, what we're given to understand, it took almost 36 to 38 hours for US to rescue the second pilot. What, as of now, more details are yet to come in. Very sketchy details have come out. Akansha, as what we are reporting right now, that the Delta Force was on ground. There were paratroopers who landed on ground to ensure that they find the pilot in the region where they believe the pilot would have crash landed. What we are given to understand, that it took about 36 hours, and furious firing from both the sides. IRGC and Delta forces got into firefighting, and after that, what we are given to understand, that this pilot has been rescued. As of now, the condition of the pilot, the location of the pilot is yet not clear. The rescue, yes, it has been confirmed. Whether the rescue team and the pilots have left Iran or Iranian airspace, yet to be confirmed. They had located about the pilot about 7 hours ago. Since then, they have been, fire from both the sides. IRGC was pounding the area to ensure that the Delta forces do not close into the pilot, while the Delta force was also ensuring that multiple teams get engaged, and before the light breaks today, they get the pilot in their custody. Safe custody is what we are given to understand. Now we can confirm, we have sources from United States, that the pilot has been saved and he has been rescued. Now, where the pilot has been taken, how the pilot is doing right now, all this will only come in. And as our managing editor Zakir Jacob was also reporting just moments ago, Akansha, that we will hear most from most of the details coming in from White House or Donald Trump on social media platform Truth. All of us are refreshing that page to understand, to get more info on what exactly happened and how things unfolded in last 6 to 7 hours since the pilot was located and when he was rescued.
Absolutely. So an official statement from the White House is still awaited. The update on the health condition, the location is also awaited. Thanks so much, Rishabh, for getting us all those details.